And as I'm saying 3, 2, 1, the time is 03:02. It's 2 minutes past 3 a.m. here in London, UK. I'm never normally up this late because my son normally wakes up about 7 in the morning, so yeah, but the significance of the time 03:02 is, of course, that King Osmodeus's number is 32, and as I said that, it was 42 seconds, and I'm getting emotional because what I actually wanted to talk about is today on TikTok I watched a video, something along the lines of this girl was saying why I do not advise slash why I would advise you, or why you should not, it's 03:03, why you should not work with goddesses, deities, and all them things there, because a lot of the time these are like false beings, a false layer of the beings, and even sometimes the god that people believe that they're worshipping is the false god. It is the false god. But then that's the thing, like, if even God, even what we call God or what we worship as God or whatever, if we don't, if we do or if we don't, if even that can be hijacked, that's the word I'm looking for, if even that can be hijacked, then of course everything and anything can be hijacked. And that's the grandness of like life, that we are so far from we are so far from God, we are so separate from God, that whatever it may be, the powers that were, or whatever distractions, whatever false programmings, like, if they're able to put a mask, put a cloak over truth, then how far removed from said truth have we really been? Like, if someone's able to pull the wool over your eyes, then there must be some sort of separation. But that's not what I came here to talk about. But that's kind of what this person, this user on TikTok was saying. They were saying you should only really work with your higher self and the true divine God. But even that is a journey, like knowing who is the true divine God and knowing who yourself is authentically slash your authentic self, that's a journey. But the reason why I wanted to come on here and talk about it, and the reason why it was emotional for me to start recording at 2 minutes past 3, which is 32, is because I wanted to talk about, like, what if she's right? Like, what if the spirits, the demons that I work with, King Belial, King Osmodeus, Lord Lucifer, Mr. Beelzebub, Pazuzu, Belphegor, what if all these beings are using and abusing me? What if all these beings are misleading me? What if all these beings aren't truth? Like, what if I'm being distracted? Blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, I'm no stranger to psychosis, whether that be spiritual, whether that be just downright mental. I'm no stranger to psychosis. So what if these mother demons are actually using me, bro? So that's why it was humbling to start recording at 3:02, because that's King Ashmedias, that's King Asmodeus's number, and I've been really heavily connecting with King Asmodeus for like the past few months, like the past few weeks, really heavily. Let me not cap. The last few weeks, King Asmodeus has been like right beside me, right beside me, right beside me, right beside me. And it's been nice. I even gave him offering. He asked me for some crisps that I hate. When I say I hate them, I knew it wasn't for me. And the fact that I bought them, I hate these crisps. I hate these crisps so much that my ex used to like a similar flavor, and I despised her for it. Like, it was one of my like turn-offs. Like, My grandmother loves these crisps. My ex-girlfriend loved these crisps, and I swear, like, don't come near me. So the fact that King Asmodeus asked for them was really funny, and the way he asked for them were funny. Anyway, what inspired me to come onto this live is the fact that, like, there's such a different community on YouTube when it comes to demonolatry and occult compared to TikTok. There's obviously a community of like occult demonolatresses, left-hand path workers, magicians on TikTok anyway. But just the community on here is just so different. It's very similar to like the subreddit on Reddit of like the demonolatry subreddit or whatever. Like that's that's what grounds me in my practice, knowing that there is a community, knowing that, because my ancestors also worked with spirits and deities, and to say, oh, you shouldn't work with spirits and deities because you don't know if they are telling the truth and they really are who they say they are, or maybe you're being siphoned of your energy. Everything is energy. Human beings can siphon you of your energy. It's not really fair to say, oh, don't work with spirits because most of the time they're siphoning your energy when humans siphon each other's energy. Like, bad vibes can drain your energy. Evil eye can drain negativity, negative emotions. Like, certain types of media, certain types of music, anything and everything can drain your energy. It's not exclusive to spirits or to deities, you know? And it's me, it's you as a practitioner to do your energy work. And this is what the lady actually said on TikTok. You have to do your energy work when you do any sort of spirit work. Even when you're working with your higher self, that's going to take energy, because like the lady also spoke about in another video, time isn't real. All things exist. So if your higher self is your most evolved self, and if you're on a journey of evolution and time isn't real, it's all happening now, that means your like higher self is ever present and it's you now. Anyway, so we're just crossing timelines and just doing some quantum mechanics and shit. Everything is energy. Everything has the food you eat has the ability to siphon your energy. It's you as a person, it's you as a practitioner, especially as practitioners, to do our energy work. To do our energy work. Another one of the videos on the lady's page, she was talking about, oh, like, Reiki isn't sacred. Reiki is a false programming, a false doctrine, and it's like a layer put upon this matrix, and there's actually like it was too much. But again, everything has a bit of truth. Everything has a bit of people's own experiences being projected onto said truth. Because even your higher self can mislead you. Because is it your ego-based higher self or your heart-based higher self? How do you know that? How do you know that? And the time is 3:10 and there's 3 minutes. One light. Haven't got a clue what it is. If you don't know, then I don't know. I am in the UK. 3 a.m. in the UK. What am I doing awake? I was up watching videos about what's going on in Palestine and Israel. I was up again watching different TikToks on TikTok. But I haven't touched my channel in a long time, and I've been speaking more about my practice on TikTok. But like I said, the community is just so different. So different. So it's not a long thing. It's not a long thing. I don't know what, oh, so you're far left. What in the world? Where are you? That's the thing, like, what's my opinion on Israel and Palestine? Like, I was the kind of person, I would never say free Palestine because I don't want to inject myself into something I have little to no knowledge about. I don't want to just say it because it's the new band wave to say it, but, I don't like any sort of like ignorance. I don't like any sort of injustice. I don't like any sort of unnecessary suffering. Like, I don't, that's not me. I am a person who believes like in justice, and justice can sometimes look like a bit of conflict, but really it's just a rebalancing of the scales. Because if, you know, they say don't fight fire with water, I mean, don't fight fire with fire. But even a firefighter is called a firefighter. Like, you have to fight the fire to put it out. You can't just be like a bystander and watch the fire burn to put it out and hope and pray that the fire will end. No, you have to fight the fire. You don't have to fight it with fire, but you have to fight it with something. With something, you know. So, I don't like ignorance. I don't like hearing the people that are occupying Israel say this is our land and we need to destroy their buildings so that we can build our buildings. I don't believe that's so much violence for no flipping reason. But I'm not gonna act like I know all the ins and outs. Like, I'm currently reading, I'm not even chatting shit. I'm currently reading Diary of Anne Frank. So it's funny to hear certain groups talk about things that happened to them not so long ago. It's kind of funny, but I'm still learning. I am a borderline conspiracy theorist. You know, I grew up reading David Icke. That's just one particular name. I grew up believing that the moon landing isn't real. I grew up believing all sorts of things. And as my awareness has expanded and my experiences have accumulated, you know, and I've communicated with beings like fairies and dragons, and I've seen things in the sky that I've never seen before, and I've built relationships with different spirits. Now my different conspiracy beliefs start to make sense. But anyway, like I said, I didn't want to be on this thing for long. I just wanted to touch this channel and have a message for any practitioner, any occultist, any demonolota, any demonolotress, to just have a heart-based practice and build these relationships with trust, with humility, with patience, with understanding that we don't understand everything all at once, and that's for our own good. Understand that there's so many illusions that we can't see, and that everything is energy, so we must protect our energy and reclaim our sovereignty, and understand that if, you know, there's so many illusions, illusion doesn't need to be a bad thing. Illusion kind of sounds or is similar in spelling to illustration, story making, drawing, the creation of something. You know what I mean? Like, it's magic. It's magic, baby. So we are magicians, we are practitioners. It's up to us. Like in Harry Potter had to learn his craft. He had to, you know, it's like when you think of people like Aleister Crowley, they led very occult-led lives. Our ancestors, oh my god, the energy must be freaking intense. But our ancestors, I keep checking to see if I'm like exposing myself, because I don't know. But the way we live in this day and age is so different to our ancestors, so it can be hard sometimes when there's so much information and knowledge just readily available and you just kind of just get overwhelmed with everything. But it's nice to just have this community of people that are connecting with said beings, said spirits, whether that be angelic or infernal, whether that be extraterrestrial, whether that be internal with our higher selves or with our ancestors. Like, you know, it's the unseen. We are dealing with the unseen, so there's so much skepticisms about it, and there's so much misinformation about it, and there's, you know, that's with everything. Well, I just wanted to touch this channel because I haven't been here in a long time. But please, if you are also in the UK like me and it's 3 in the morning, please get some rest. That's what I'm about to do. Please get some rest. Okay? Please get some rest.